Hello, everybody. My name is Bobby O'Perry.
Hello, everyone. My name is Brian.
This is episode 8 of Two Perspectives Podcast. And in this episode, we're going to be talking about gifts for the holidays, for him and hers, even for your children, your spouse, or whoever that you feel like giving a gift to. We're just going to suggest some ideas. There'll be a long list, probably 3 blog posts, one on books that I recommend reads, one on hair products, and the other one on everything else. So we'll start it out with electronics. What do you think people should get for electronics on their list?
Well, I should say everyone for electronics. I would have to say a Nintendo Switch 2 or PlayStation 5. Right now, I don't know if you heard, but Xbox is getting down here right now, so no Xbox at the moment.
Um,
And another thing on my list, um, probably some sort of laptop.
Definitely. I do agree with the Nintendo Switch 2. It's my diehard game and it's bringing back my inner childhood. He's like, "You're not really a gamer." I'm like, "I know. I'm like a secret gamer." Because I'm like hooked on the new Pokemon game, Legend ZA. I know that there's been a lot of complaints. Well, maybe not a lot, but just a few videos where people make it seem like, oh, the graphics aren't that great and blah blah blah. But it's a Nintendo Switch 2 game and it's meant to be played on Nintendo Switch 2. And I think they do specify that when you do buy it because it's a lot cheaper. I think by $10. But they said if you want a better version of the game and new features, you just pay $10 extra that you can download and get the extra features. And then it should make it smooth and sailing. Like I said, no problems with Pokemon. Yeah, the Nintendo Switch 2 is really great because it gives you like the whole Nintendo Wii experience because you have access to the controllers. You can get the separate hand controller. I think it might go down to $60, but currently it's $80 right now. Ton of accessories. I think Nintendo was definitely onto something. I definitely recommend PlayStation 5. I have used it before. It's a lot of fun and it's more futuristic, I think. The graphics are a lot better. The console is really big, but you know, you gotta compromise somehow and they always make a skinnier version eventually. Xbox, I'm not the biggest fan of. I never used it before. I never touched one, so I can't really recommend it. But I know that they have a handheld version, and they collaborated with a brand called Alley, I believe.
No, there's a pretty good. There's a great yes. Even an alley, if you can't get a Nintendo Switch or a gaming laptop, an alley. It combines a laptop, a PC, the PC games, and other games together with that too. So yeah, Alley's pretty good as well.
And then for a laptop that I suggest, I'm in the Apple ecosystem, so I'm gonna recommend an Apple product, and I recommend the MacBook Pro M5. I think you can't go wrong with it. It has 4 ports, a HDMI port, and then an SD card slot. So if you're currently running Intel, because many of us who have Apple products keep our devices for at least 5 to 10 years, and the quality is really good, but the price is so right. Like I paid nearly $3,000 for my M3 MacBook Pro model, and when I was looking at the prices starting at 1,600, I'm like, Apple having affordable prices for people? Well, on a spectrum of affordable. I recommend it for like if you are a photographer, a videographer. Um, they're trying to incorporate gaming into the system. I know that you can play some games on there, but I recommend it if you're a creative professional or someone that uses video on a regular basis. So that's my recommendation for a laptop. What other do you think that people should get for electronics?
I'll say Samsung. No, no Apple her. Um, what? a smartwatch. You got Apple Watch, you got the Samsung Watch, and you got this
The
one
fifth
starts with a G. I can't remember it.
Galaxy one.
No. That's Samsung.
Uh,
Um, I forget the name of it, but it's also got a smartwatch too, and it's affordable if you can afford the name brands like Samsung and Apple.
mhm. And then another recommendation, if you don't want it to be like fully in depth with just your phone, I recommend the Fitbit Charge. And I recommend it because it has long battery life. It lasts for at least a week. It's very durable. You can customize it the way that you want. They have other versions that are either cheaper or more expensive, but I recommend it for people that aren't tech savvy and who are trying to keep accountable of their calorie intake and how much that they're walking. And I know it's something that's contradictory when it comes to the holidays because people like to eat, people like to relax, people like to watch TV. But guess what? You're going to keep in shape this year, okay? We're going to start our New Year's resolutions early, you know? Um, but I think it's a great way to keep you accountable. You can set goals. They have an app that you can go on there. Um, another resource that you can get is a weight guru scale. It measures your BMI, your body mass index, your body fat, your water weight, your physical weight. You can set goals on it. And it's good for people like me who have a nutritionist and we are working on plans to make sure that I'm eating enough because I only eat 3 times a day. I don't snack. So I have to make sure that I'm getting enough calories to keep me energized throughout the day while keeping fit and getting back to my normal routine because anyone who's known me, dance was my life and I'm trying to return back to it. So I think it's very essential for us to be accountable for ourselves and not depending on other people because, nutritionists can become expensive if you don't have insurance. Same thing with physical trainers. Yeah. Any other electronics?
Not that I know of, no.
So I'm gonna go into cosmetology products. I recommend Tymo products. I am an affiliate with them, and I only partnered with them because I know that their products really work, and their goal is to reduce heat damage and being lightweight and being somewhat in the spectrum of affordable. And let me tell you, you get more than what you pay for. They're very durable. They have good insurance. They have dry shampoos. They have heat protectants. They have straighteners, curlers, wavers, hot combs, hot brushes. Let me tell you, they're always working on ways to innovate and they're trying to reduce heat damage the best way that they can because they use fans that don't require traditional electric heat. Instead, it uses the air that's coming from wherever. But always be smart and making sure that you're using a heat protectant. I always recommend Olaplex number 7. It's a bonding oil. Not only can it help reduce frizz, but it keeps your hair nice and nourished. You don't need that much, maybe like 3 or 4 dabs, depending on the length of your hair. And it's very lightweight, and that's a good product that I recommend. Any hair products for you?
Nope.
Skin products or anything?
Nope. I'm not into that skincare and all of that. So, no.
Um, I know I've been looking into different brands that have been trying to change the way that we look at heating tools. GHD, if you can afford it, I know they're in a higher premium spectrum, but all their devices heat up to 365 because they believe that people put too much heat on their hair. They have the promos and also the blow dry duet. It's a blow dry brush. I also recommend the Shark Glossy that was recommended by Shelly from Love Island. If anyone wants to get advice on hair, I would definitely go to Shelly because she's all about healthy hair, healthy strands, protecting your hair, your crown, and everything else. She's definitely a lifestyle creator and she's just gives off a lot of positivity. Another neat contraption is the Is it Shark? I think it's the Shark, or is it Dyson? It's one of those brands, but they have something called the Air Straight, and it doesn't have the heat plates, but instead it blows air, and you can use it both as a blow dryer from wet to dry, and it basically smooths out your hair, and like I said, it reduces heat. So those are some tools that I recommend. I'll have everything in the blog posts that you can reach out and hopefully get some good deals on. Some A topic that Brian thought about was essentials, things that you would need for your house or maybe for your kids or something like that, such as toilet paper. Um, I think you said Pampers, and what are some other things that you recommend?
I said dishware, chinaware, forks and knives, and all of that. That's what I mean by house essentials.
Mm-hmm.
That you're gonna use every day, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Keep talking. To add on to that list, I recommend bowls, plates. I know Rachel Ray has a good brand. Their products will really work and are very durable. They are microwave friendly, so people that do all that. Knife sets, I recommend those because everyone needs a good knife set to cut and prepare meats for the holidays. Same thing with fish if you're into that as well, and baking goods. Another thing I would recommend is maybe candles. Candles are good for people to set the tone or mood, maybe for late night with your spouse, or even if you're trying to get some work done and you're trying to like zen into that moment. I know for me, when I'm creating videos and editing videos, I have a good candle right by my side, and you don't always have to light it, but it gives off an aroma in the air where you can just be in a zone of something more peaceful. Like you can smell like nature, or you can have like something like apple cinnamon, mint flavored, scented, or whatever. But just suggesting some scents. If you're not allergic to nuts, there's maple walnut. Just so many different scents that you can get, and I recommend some brands as well. Another thing that people may need is ring lights and also tripods for their setup. I know that's an essential for creators. I know many of people who watch this channel or people who have businesses are getting into the content creation space, whether that they like doing it or not. But having a presence on camera is definitely important. It helps out with your self esteem and become helps you become self aware and let people know about what you're doing and what you believe and all those great things that you're going to bring into your community. Book recommendations. What book are you reading?
I am booking. I am booking. I am reading Under the Dome by Stephen King. I already saw the TV series. So I saw the TV series first before I saw the book. So
Mm-hmm.
reading the book. The book has more detail, obviously, than the TV series. So that's what book I'm reading right now is Under the Dome from Stephen King. I just like a murder mystery or thriller type of books for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A book that I just finished reading was Promised Land by Barack Obama. I recommend that book. It lets you get into his whole lifestyle of becoming president and him trying to have like a normality within his family because not your average kid has to walk around with a ton of security, ride on private planes, adjust to normal life, and it's very hard. We have seen them when they were getting ready to get into the White House, them being in the White House, and then life afterwards. And people put so much pressure on him because he was different from every other president. You know, he didn't look like every other president. He didn't have the same tone of voice as other presidents. He was truly himself. And seeing how he applied his education, and I believe he went to law school, but it definitely gives you a perception that education is definitely needed, especially for a field that he's in. Um, For people who don't like to read or want something to help them read books a little bit faster, I recommend Audible. Audible is having a promotion right now for 99 cents for your first 3 months. And you can have access to tens of thousands of books, if not 100,000 books. It's so many titles from dramas to horror to biographies, autobiographies, adventures, and so much. And I think it's a great resource because not only can you read while you're on your way to work, on the train, on your plane, so many resources available for you. And I think it's time for people to bring back education into their life because a lot of benefits are being taken away and stripped in the United States, you know? So the only way that we can be more productive is if we take accountability for ourselves and make things accessible for ourselves. So for those of you who like to do ebooks, I recommend the Kindle. I recommend that version because you'll have a lot more space. And also you can download your audiobooks to it as well. And it works through Bluetooth, which I think is really neat. The Nook, if you're not into Amazon products, I believe that there are a few Barnes and Nobles left, but as a person who was originally a Nook user, I think it's a great platform, and you have your own catalog of books that you can read, and they have a lot of free content on there as well. They have colored version, they have the glow light, just so many different versions. And then the Kobo, if you want access to a larger library, because you can download e-files onto it. So those are some of my recommendations. Or you can just get an iPad. Some people like reading on there if they want something with color. Recommend some wines. What are some wines that you recommend? Like some good brands? Because I don't drink. I just collect bottles.
Well, I don't know brands like that, especially white, because I don't drink white wine. But if for recommendations, if you like salmon or if you're a fish eater or you like to cook fish, I recommend a Sauvignon Blanc or or a Chardonnay. Uh, for like white fish, I would recommend a Sauvignon Blanc, and then for like salmon or something like that, I would recommend a Chardonnay. For red, however, there's for your meat eaters. There's people that like little steaks and lambs and all of that. I recommend your Melbacks and your Cabernets, and some blends as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like Pinot Noir because Pinot Noir is for those people that want to look like they can drink, but they can't drink because it's a light red. And then your Merlot is for those people that want to drink it but still can't take the handle of wine. A Merlot is the way to go as well because it's also light. It's also light, but not as light as a Pinot Noir.
Definitely. And also, if you want to learn about the history of wines and do wine tastings, I recommend a store called Total Wine. Not only can you shop the drinks, you can try out the drinks. They talk about the different regions, how it's made. You're around different people experimenting, take a lot of notes, and you can get, I think, a 20% discount on some products if you go to the wine tasting. But they have different specials all the time, and make sure that you download the app. There might be a Total Wine somewhere near you, so definitely try it out. I went to one before, and let me tell you, it was a fun experience. I don't drink, but I was sniffing it, and based off of how I smelled, is depending on if I would buy the drink. But discovering from scent, I think I would be more of a white wine drinker if I were to drink. If we just went by scent. So another cosmetology product is by Olaplex, and I know a lot of people use things like peptides and biotin and stuff like that. This product is by Olaplex, and it's for people who have thinning eyelashes or eyebrows. Definitely recommend them to use those products right there. I have read some of the reviews, and people who consistently use them seen improvement in density of their eyelashes and growth. So if it was up to me, I would tell people don't wear fake eyelashes because you're just ripping it out because of all the glue. So that's just a recommendation right there. Another recommendation is the ordinary biotin oil. It's only $25. Instead of buying Sacred's $56 one, I recommend Ordinary. It's been out for nearly a decade, if not more, and people have increased their density, hair growth, whether that they have traction alopecia, hair loss, thinning, or anything like that. It's a good product. And I know people who have used the product. Another product that I would recommend is Manscaped. I use them for my beard. I been doing my own grooming since February of last year. I got tired of waiting in line and not getting the cut properly that I want because I always tweak it and stuff. I always have a different look every couple quarters or whatever. I change up my look. And I think it's very essential to know how to groom yourself just in case you don't have access to a barber or can't afford the prices because it might increase. I save a lot of money from the shampoos, the conditioners, the foil shavers, the hair trimmers, and nose clippers, and all those different things. I think it's essential to learn how to take care of yourself, and it gives you peace of mind. And it gives me something to do and a little bit of self care for myself and help save money in my pocket. So I definitely recommend them, and I'll have some bundles listed down, and that'll save you a lot more money than buying them individually from the store. So I want to say thank you guys for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed the list that we came up with. We have a lot of suggestions. I know Brian has a ton of ideas in his head. He wrote a lot of stuff down, but yeah, hope you all enjoy. My name is Bobby O'Perry, and see you in the next episode. Follow me on TikTok and Instagram, B Perry Films, LinkedIn, Bobby L. Perry, and then YouTube and Substack, B Perry Films Experience.
And you can follow me on Instagram at The Simmons Boy or TikTok, which is Koi Gold 12.
All right. See you guys later.